Welcome to our first YouTube video for our company channel. First off, I just want to say thank you for watching the video to begin with, and hopefully the channel grows into something useful for everyone. This first video I'm just going to break down to a few separate parts, 4 to be precise, and I'm just going to talk about who the audience is going to be, what you can expect from the channel, and how you can get involved, which will be at the end. So the channel will hopefully cover a few different people, whether that's business owners, startups, freelancers, employees, or maybe you're involved in IT to some degree. The topics and areas we want to talk about and cover will all be related to IT, obviously, but in a business environment or for business purposes. There will be some topics and useful takeaways, hints, tips that you can use at home and personally due to the nature of IT and how the fact it's involved in everything pretty much. And also we'll be talking about a few topics, work from home, so there'll definitely be some personal home, Wi-Fi, internet questions or topics covered in that. But I just want to make clear, we are not going to be covering how to fix my PC, how to troubleshoot my PC, what is the best gaming PC or computer for my daughter, son, nephew, whatever it may be. I just want to clarify that, and there's plenty of channels and blogs and videos and websites that cover all that stuff. So as I said, we will be covering IT related topics and IT scenarios and anything to do with IT but in a business environment. So what do I mean by that and what videos? We may have a video on startup series. So if you were thinking of starting a business, how do you actually go about starting a business from the IT side? That will involve buying a domain, setting up a business email, and getting a website. Now we will explain that in the video, how you go about that and what's actually needed. We may talk about backups, how to back up your data and make sure it's secure. And we may then start talking about specific techie terms, basically like MFA, cloud, hybrid. We already have an MFA explainer video on the channel, and we will look to do a few more like this, as well as having me or someone else actually explain that in person to you, but also covering what that actually means for the business in layman's terms without all the techie fluff, and just explain it a bit better, hopefully. This is probably the most important part of this video. The reason why this is the most important part is we can sit around and think of all these IT topics to discuss, come up with ideas, how-tos, explain certain IT myths, and just generally talk about IT. The problem is, if it's not what people want to hear and it doesn't help them as a business, if nobody's interested, then it's pointless and we're not achieving our goal. So we really need your input. Drop a comment, like, drop us an email, anything like that about topics that you would like to know or that maybe you just want to know a bit more about. And then that'll help drive the content, which then hopefully helps you as a business. And like I say, if it's not useful for people, then we're not achieving our goal, which brings me on to the last part quite nicely. When I talked about achieving our goal and bringing us to this final point quite nicely, what do I mean by that? Well, our goal as an IT company, we want to help businesses with their IT. IT can help drive the business forward, it can help with productivity, and it can also make people's day-to-day jobs easier. The problem with this is a lot of this comes down to education and moving away from the concept of what is traditionally known as break fix IT or set it and forget it. If we can help explain certain topics, the risks and how to mitigate the risks, as well as showing basic how-tos for quick wins, then hopefully we'll all be in a better position. The other thing that I noticed is coming across lots of friends, families and clients, in terms of IT, there doesn't seem to be anything that explains what actually IT is, other than you somehow end up with a broken computer or need a new system, at which point you contact an IT company. But up until you get to that point, there doesn't seem to be any kind of information as to how you buy a domain, explaining things to people in a nice, easy way to understand, and people end up with these badly set up systems to begin with, and then it ends up costing them thousands of pounds in the long run. And let's be honest, in terms of risks and security, it doesn't matter nowadays whether you're a small business or a multi-million pound company. There's so many robots and bots and just general malicious people on the internet now, is that they don't know if you're a small company or a big company, and frankly they don't care. So hopefully this channel will become a resource that those of you that may want to learn how to do quick wins and little basic how-tos to get you set up as a startup business, there'll be videos on that. If you're a larger company and you just want to understand some certain concepts, what is multi-factor, security, managing servers, the cloud, backups, then hopefully there'll be some videos on that as well. So this was our first video, completely new to recording, so if you like it, comment, share, give us your thoughts, and generally follow us going forward. That way you can get notifications when our next video lands. But for that, I'll just leave it there. So